Thank you for staying with us. I'm done with my smoke break. I'm coming back in.
Items that are included as part of the strategy, it includes outcomes, progress for every single strategy, it includes lead departments, it includes start dates and end dates of all of these strategies as well. We provide these on a monthly basis. You see these as soon as we complete them on the council agenda items. You also see these when we post them on our city website for the community to review as well. But as we move forward in terms of implementing the strategic plan, we're looking for always to look for ways in which we can improve upon, provide additional information, if it's additional resources that we need in terms of doing this. So what we have planned over the next couple of months is basically adding another element to reporting, and that is reporting this information during city council committee meetings. And we're anticipating on providing this information to you for review and approval during these committee meetings. And we anticipate starting this in April. So for the April report, we do anticipate having this completed. The other item that we anticipate on adding to the strategic reporting is enhancing our accountability. That will include performance measurements for success indicators. Those are going to be at the goal level. Two additional items are going to be a little bit more detailed in terms of completion dates, because right now we specify a fiscal year in which the strategy will be completed, but now we're going to be providing a little bit more detail in terms of that. We'll specify the month and the exact year in which it will be completed. In addition to that, we'll provide timelines. That way you can take a look and see what the progress has been, or maybe the next steps that we have in place for any particular strategy. So with that.
Thank you, Mr. Cortez and Mayor, for the council comments and questions.
Thank you. I'm going to call on council members for a moment, but just for future reference, I think we ought to amend that starting. I think you had April 2013 on one of the slides or in the comments. I think we actually started, if you recall, in 2012. I know Councilman Martinez and Benavides in particular were pushing it then, and they had meetings with Jay and Matt partners and others, and that became the original structure. It took us a while to finalize it, but just for accuracy, it actually began a year earlier.
You have a grieving family that wants to be heard. The grieving family wants to be heard. The grieving family wants to be heard. Answer the public comment. Let the public speak.
Let us conduct business.
Let the family speak. Let the family speak. Let the family speak. Let the family speak. Let the family speak.
All right.
Let the family speak. Let the family speak. Let the family speak. Let the family speak.
Why are you guys running away? Why are you guys running away?
Aren't you public servants?
The public! You're forgetting the public! Cowards!
You just take a break when people actually want to talk to you? The public?
Let the family speak!
You take a break?
Let the family speak!
Cowards!
City Council walks off! Let the family speak! 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 Let the family speak!
They took a break. Only one of the council members stayed. That's actually a unique thing. She must be new.
Council recess. Who killed Ernesto? Who killed Ernesto? Who killed Ernesto? This family deserves the family. From the police department.
We don't, she wasn't even in the mood. She hasn't even buried her son.
No business as usual. No business as usual. No business as usual.
Do you have people ready to speak, so I can just bring them back in so they can speak? Do you have the people who want to speak? They're all ready. They should do it, so they want to do it like officially. No, I know, so look, you don't know what's gonna happen with comment on the 5-year strategic plan besides me. Just let me speak on the 5-year strategic plan, then we're gonna go into the comment. Okay, because you guys skipped it. So we're gonna go into it, okay? So just be respectful, just let me make my comments and then we'll go ahead and then allow you guys, okay? Let me go tell them. You're welcome. And I hope some of this speaks Spanish. We also have Farsi. We have a lot of languages. Filipino, Chinese, Vietnamese, Filipino, Tagalog, all of Asian languages are in there. All the languages in the Middle East also. Not to mention Mexico and Sudamerica. Yeah, yo creo que las dos. De Norteamérica y Sudamérica y de España. No es Barcelona, es Barcelona. También puedo hablar francés y en italiano y en inglés perfectamente. Yeah, ella.
I'm just going to do a couple things. First, I'm going to announce, I believe we are wrapping up with the presentation on the strategic plan. I know we have an upcoming retreat we're going to be engaged in, and I suggest we can go into more detail at that time if council members agree. The other thing I'd like to do is we have the Housing Authority, which I know will go very quickly. So let me just convene the House Authority and request a motion on the consent calendar, please. So moved. We have a motion and a second. Is there any opposition? It's by acclamation, Madam Clerk. Item 3, I would entertain a motion. Second. We have any opposition? So with no opposition, it's by acclamation, Madam Clerk. So I'm now going to adjourn the Housing Authority and bring it to public comment. And let's start with Andres Canepa, please, followed by Humberto Guizar. And then Angel Currazo, and please, no applause, let them speak, please.
Good afternoon. I'm here regarding my brother. Some dirty cops killed my brother, and I want justice. I want to know why they killed him, and I want more than anything, why they killed him. Why they had to kill him, how they killed him. He was just parked, and I want to know why they killed him, and I want justice. My family wants justice. That way we can have a little bit of closure in our lives. That's the main reason why we're here, and I'm sorry for all the loudness here, but we just want to be heard. You know, we're in pain. It's not something I wish to anybody. We just want closure so my mom can be better.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andres.
Thank you. That would be it.
Thank you. Humberto?
Good evening, distinguished council people, mayor. This is a very emotional situation that's going on. On Friday, the 27th of this month, I'm sorry, of February, Ernesto Canela was killed. Canepa was killed. He was shot multiple times. We haven't received any accounts of what happened. And part of the reason why we're here, I mean, the families, the attorneys are here, and a group of the community is here, is because it was reported that they didn't know why they shot him. First accounts of what happened were reported that they were investigating a robbery situation, and then they don't know why, but they shot him. And in most cases, I mean, I've been doing this 28 years, I always see that either the person had a gun, threatened the officers with a knife, or did something that would justify, or at least be a reason why they used excessive force. We don't have any of those answers, and that's what we're asking for, at least a report, something to tell us why they killed this young man. That's the main thing that we want. Number two, I'm here to ask the city council, as you guys are the hierarchy of the public servants here in this community, as council people and the mayor, you guys stand at the top and you can get answers like this. Is under the current law, just recently passed by the Long Beach case, Long Beach, City of Long Beach versus City of Long Beach Police Officers Association, this, and last year, requires you or the police department to provide us the names of the officers that killed this man, that fired their weapons and shot him. We want to know those names. We're entitled to have those names so we can proceed accordingly. And that's number two. I've already sent a letter to Chief Rojas, and I want you to expedite this for us, on behalf of the community and especially on behalf of the family. Thank you.
Thank you, Humberto. Angel?
Good evening, public servants. I recognize some of the names and the faces. I'm also on behalf of the family, and there's certain demands that we have on behalf of the family. Although we respect the police officers, there's also wrong that they do, and we need you to recognize that wrong. We need you to change your policies. We also demand that you recommend an independent investigation with the Department of Justice. We also demand that you release the names of the officers that were involved in killing their son, their brother. We demand that you make these recommendations. We don't know where else to go. You are our last hope. And we hope that you take this very serious and you assist us, for that's why we voted for you to be here, to help us, especially in a situation like the one we're confronting right now. We need names. There's no answers back. The chief of police, there's no communication. I understand there's an investigation. I respect that, but at the same time, there's been other cases with other cities where we've been able to schedule meetings with the chief of police, and they have provided us information to be at peace. And we haven't buried the body yet, and we're still breathing right now. And it's just a very unfortunate situation, and we demand that you step up and help us in this time of trauma. Thank you.
Thank you, Angel. Thank you for being here. Heidi Munoz, followed by Chris Armel, followed by Genevieve Weezar, followed by Peter Katz.
Chris Armel.
Chris, come on down. I called your name. Come on down. And is Heidi here? Heidi Munoz? If not Chris, and after Chris, if Genevieve Weezar is here, and then after that, Peter Katz. Please go ahead, Chris.
Well, this is hard to follow. I'm very sorry for your loss.
Raise the mic a bit, please.
Yes, sorry. Good evening, council. Right over here. I came in just to maybe implement some new ideas on how we can help the homeless. I live in Santa Ana. I've lived here for 5 years. I've been commuting through Santa Ana for about 10 years. And as far as shelters go, I just see the line getting longer. And I know that we want to continue to build more and more shelters. But I don't see a big picture. I don't see a bigger growth. I don't see why we don't create jobs for the homeless. I talk to the homeless on a day-to-day basis, and at least 70% of them want to work. I don't know why we don't create maybe a workers' union for the homeless and make them clean up the streets. And the homeless people that get to work get a house. They get to have a home, you know, and then that workers' union can grow. And you could take someone that sweeps the street, and they could become a group leader, and then a group coordinator, and then a daily planner, and then they can learn how to budget and be a taxpayer at the end of a year. You know, all we do is just make shelters and hide them and let the lines get longer and longer. We need them to come back into society and be one of us and be taxpayers. Nothing is free, you know, but they want to work. Not all of them can, and some of them don't even care. But I talk to them on the day-to-day, and most of them do want a job, but sometimes it's been too long, and they forgot how, or they just, you know, they can't get their foot in the door because they're too far gone. But if you hand them a broom, or, you know, paint, get rid of the graffiti, pick up the train tracks, pick up the bike paths, everything, you know, maybe we can start growing and build a better Santa Ana, because that's what we need to do. But the main goal is to get those lines to the shelter shorter and shorter and make them a part of society, be taxpayers, because 75% of them do want to be. And that was all I had to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
I'm very sorry for your loss.
Heidi Munoz. Heidi Munoz here. If not, Genevieve Weezar. And if not, Peter Katz. Peter, are you here? Genevieve Weezar.
Oh, so you're not going to show this? It needs to be seen. What this is a police emblem.
Are you Genevieve?
Yes, I'm Genevieve
Thank you.
Weezar, been here before.
Thank you.
And I'm here to basically help the family and talk about accountability. Accountability, well, the camera's real tricky. They don't want this shown. What it is the emblem of the police. This is their emblem of gang. I don't know if you've seen it before, but the public needs to know the police are a gang. They do murder. They do kill. They're not held accountable. Time and time again, city after city, California to New York, there's murders going on all the time. People being shot in the back. People being shot with their hands in the air. We know this. We've seen Ferguson. If you don't want Ferguson and Santa Ana, you better get some accountability. The names of those officers is number one, asked by the two attorneys here tonight. This is the hardest thing for a family to go through. They're in shock. They're in disbelief. Until you experience it yourself, you're not going to know. It's something that's with you when you wake up all day long till you go to sleep in your dreams. It never leaves. murdered by cop. These guys are sworn to protect and serve. Well, we know we don't have it on the police cars anymore, do we? Because they do not protect and serve, only their own. We want accountability. I just want to say, Padillo, I find you to be such a rude mayor. I know you're not talking to me right now, but I've seen the way you talk to the public. You're very rude.
Thank you. Followed by Carolyn Torres, followed by Michael Kabuki.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Council. Among all of this, I want to touch on something positive that's happened to this great city and comment on some of the great work that you're doing. And showcase KNX 1070 News Radio next Friday at the Lanes Place Mall next to Nordstrom. We'll be broadcasting their news broadcast live, remote, and it's part of their award-winning Golden Mic program called On Your Corner, spotlighting cities and make a difference in people's lives in the Southland. And Santa Ana is now the only third city in the last 6 years from Orange County to be showcased. And so it would be nice for the city to come out and support the broadcast, because they will be showcasing some of the highlights and positive differences this city has made in people's lives here. Santa Ana is changing, and there is yet a lot of hard work that's going to happen here. But it's sponsored by the LA Federal Credit Union and Santa Ana BMW. The remote broadcast is from 1 to 7 p.m. Sports news, weather will be broadcast from that location. The reporters look forward to talking to the residents of the city, finding out why they live in the city of Santa Ana. It's a great opportunity for this city to showcase itself and to show that we are making a difference in positive aspects of people's lives. There's always going to be problems in any great city, and we deal with those problems. But the positive aspects of our lives also make a difference, and they all matter to the people that own property, that own businesses, and that struggle to make a living in the city. And so, in the interest of democracy, we all have to work and live together, not one person. It's not your way and my way to the highway. I mean, we all have to work together. That's what makes the community great. We have to solve our problems together. We can't bring outsiders out here to solve our problems. We just need to get back and work together and showcase our city. But here's an opportunity for the city to shine. These remote broadcasts will be repeated all during the following week. And like I said, this program has won the equivalent of the Oscar of radio broadcasting for their report on Your Corner. It's a 6-year program. 2 months ago was Pasadena, but only Fullerton and San Juan Capistrano has been showcased from Orange County and now Santa Ana. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Peter, and thank you for the great work that you do. Carolyn Torres, followed by Michael Krubicki.
My name is Carolyn Torres. I'm with Chicano Domingos. I'm here to support the family of Ernesto Canepa. Friday, Ernesto was murdered by the Santa Ana Police Department. He was murdered for all to see. He was murdered in front of his neighbors and friends. And his family is in mourning. We want an end, first of all, to the metal detectors. The mother, girlfriend, and family and friends came here tonight to bring attention to what happened to Ernesto, and they were treated as if they were entering a jail. You who are here for the first time probably think this is normal and not an absurd practice implemented by the mayor, as the rest of the city council doesn't happen. We have been here many times speaking about the nature of the Santa Ana Police Department. We've been here many times speaking about how quickly the Santa Ana PD criminalizes our neighborhoods and our neighbors. It is clear that the Santa Ana PD does not understand the concept of police discretion. But this is not only about the ineptitude and callousness of the Santa Ana PD while on our streets. This is about the leadership of the city, because you as city council have refused to acknowledge the officers you give awards to, the officers that you hail as heroes, the officers seen smiling in pictures, giving stickers to kids, are the same officers harassing the youth, are the same officers intimidating activists, are the same officers smugly smiling when the community is upset. They are the same officers who killed Ernesto. This is not acceptable, yet all of you have accepted this. You cannot continue to condone police corruption and abuse. We want the names of the officers who killed Ernesto. We want them on unpaid administrative leave as this is happening. Who killed Ernesto? Who killed Ernesto? Release his name. And this is to city manager, city council, Chief Rojas over there, and all the officers listening. Who killed Ernesto?
Yes. Microphone by Jackie.
Mr. Mayor, this is a very emotional issue, and I'd like to speak after the family. I'm not part of this group.
You're next after that, we got a couple speakers. Go ahead.
I had my own agenda to speak on, but now that I see a very potentially volatile situation, I commend Ernesto's brother for keeping it together, and the rest of the family members. This is an extremely emotional time, especially when you don't have answers. Like you said, it just tears you up. You don't know. You think about it, and unless you've gone through it, I had my uncle murdered senselessly. So our family, most of the families have dealt with a tragedy. But I'd also like to remind you, as government officials, you guys don't always get it right. And I'm not pointing any fingers. What I'm saying, those who don't learn from the past are doomed to repeat the past. And I had no intention to speak what I'm speaking about right now. I'm just sort of going off the cuff. I'd like to remind that things happen for reasons. And 23 years ago, a guy named Rodney King literally was brutalized by some, ridiculous and unfortunate thing. He was caught on video, and because of the acquittal, the military had to step in and stop the riot. So the courts don't always get things right. How you guys, it's not what happens, it's how you handle it. I commend you the way you guys are handling. You're giving a lot of room for people to express themselves. You could be very rigid and be incendiary to these people. So I commend you for that. But death as a family member, that's pretty severe, especially when we don't have answers. And earlier you're talking about the budget and an update about accountability, and that's how the slippery slope of corruption. First, it starts with the formula. It's the lack of discretion, the lack of accountability, and you get corruption. And then all the pointing of the fingers go pointing. I mean, earlier, I had my agenda. I had something I wanted to speak, but I'm sort of sidetracked to say that, these people, they just want to know what happened. They don't want, action. They want to know what happened. And when you don't get answers with what happened, you fabricate and you come to the wrong conclusion. So I would encourage the people here or whoever is responsible to have insight to this. Stop this, nip it in the bud, give the answers, be frank, be open and transparent. The Ralph M. Brown Act is being open and transparent in a meeting such as this. Don't hide things. That's what the people get ticked off about government officials, is when they do things in secret, because then they spin it and then it gets out of control.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Gabby Hernandez. Followed by Nawi Wichapotin.
I'm here, part of Chicanos Unidos, and I'll talk about Ernesto. One thing you might not know about him is he's 20 years old and he has 4 kids. One of them is here. So let that sit with you. This is the father that was killed on Friday. And of course, it's going to trigger the community, it's going to trigger the families, it's going to trigger people because we're seeing this on the news all the time. It's happening all over the nation. What's more frustrating is that when the police was interviewed, which is Officer Lucana, the spokesperson for Santa Ana PD at the scene, this was his statement. They, meaning the officers, attempted to make contact with that suspect. And at this point, we don't know why an officer involved shooting occurred. That was his statement. He didn't know why. It was hours already when that happened. A couple hours later, the story changed. He had a gun. We feared for our lives. This is what we continue to see. Shoot first and answer questions later. Ernesto had a gun and the cops feared for their lives. This is the same story we hear over and over and over throughout the nation. Ernesto is one of over 5,000 people killed by law enforcement in the last 10 years.
over 5,000. Chief Rojas was asked by the media about the relationship between the community and the police, and he said it was good. I say ask the community. I say tell the media how Santa Ana Police Department was under investigation by the FBI for police abuse when they tried to cover up the senseless beating of Edgar Alzate, and how they tried to cover it up by deporting him. Or talk about the homeless man that was shot and killed by a female officer because he called her the B word. It's not just the chief though, this is a system. It's the police union, it's the corrupt politicians, and it's the district attorney that protects them. That's what you consider the people, or is that what you consider we when you speak in front of the community? You all have the power to stop these killings. We can ensure that the police do not kill again. We want to ensure that police do not police themselves, that they do not hold their own investigations, that officers who kill community members get prosecuted, that we are all held accountable for our actions. Will you take the action to stop these killings, or will you sit back and do nothing to protect the community like the rest of the nation has done?
Navi, N-A-U-I, please go ahead, sir.
Hi, I'm Navi with Telepochli, and I've been coming here for more than 10 years, speaking up on the same issue. So this is another one. Another unarmed Mexican or person of color killed in Santa Ana. We have been coming here for years, warning you about police aggression and brutality. We are not against people going after the bad guys such as rapists, women beaters, thieves, and white supremacists. And if you do that, we thank you. I'm here for justice. I'm here to support the family of Ernesto. Police will continue to kill people in the community unless the problem is addressed. This is a part of the racist system in which we live in, where killing indigenous people and black people is accepted. Even the so-called Latino leaders turn a blind eye and even congratulate these killers cops. This is indigenous land, and I will continue to fight against white supremacy just like my ancestors have done since 1492. And I would like to congratulate the family of Ernesto for having the courage to be here. Many families out of fear don't do this, what they're doing is activism. Quiero decirle gracias a la familia de Ernesto por estar aquí, porque ya sé que es mucho valor para estar aquí.
Claro, claro, claro.
Just like Gabby was saying, this will continue to come unless it gets addressed. Police feel they can just do whatever they want. They know they never get in trouble. They police themselves. This internal investigation is BS because they never get in trouble. Only maybe just a few, but most of them, they always get away with their crimes. And I know, I'm not saying all cops are bad, but it seems, sometimes it does seem like it, you know, I know I'm going to be here coming every year because this continues. I've been seeing you for years now, Polito, for the same issue. The same issue, there's different faces here, the Politos see here, and you just congratulate these police. I don't know what's it gonna take. What's it gonna take for you to address the issue? All these cops is getting rewards, and the people of color will get killed, we get harassed. And we get harassed, that we're gonna get deported, that we're gonna go to jail, and the police, they get away. They have 75% of the budget, I heard, goes to the police department. How about, parks? How about parks for the kids? How about stuff for the kids to do? It's like a prison, like you have nowhere to go. You come here, you get a ticket. You can't park here, you get a ticket.
Yes.
You can't even park in your own community because some people say, you can't park here, but you get a permit to park where we pay taxes? That's ridiculous. And again, gracias por la familia de Ernesto por estar aquí.
Gracias, thank you.
Mi condolencia a la familia. Now, basically, I want SAPD stop abusing people potential. That's what Rojas trains his officers to do. I find it disgusting right now that when you gave the presentation, one of the chaplains walked over. I asked him, how did he feel about the murder? His response was great. I feel great. All I gotta say is, enough is enough. You guys do something, or we the people, we're gonna do something about
With that, I'm gonna bring it back to, city manager's report and council comments. The city manager, please.
No comments this evening, Mayor.
Okay, Councilman Martinez, would you like to start with comments, please?
Yes, Mayor, I just want to make it very clear that I'm gonna actually do my, council comments and also my oral report for the regional.
Go ahead.
So just wanting to.
So we'll be waiting. Go ahead.
So thank you very much, but, as I start, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with, oral reports, and regional board, we want to start with city council,
That was the chief, the one that's not giving these people the information they deserve.
next Monday. But I was unfortunately not able to speak on the 5-year strategic plan update. And I know a lot of these items will be coming to that committee on Monday. But I just wanted to state for the record that, yes, that there has been progress. And I think for the past 6-7 months, I have been asking of staff to provide us with the matrix, with the indicators and the performance measures so that we know where we're at. 1 year is going to go by, July, and I know we're not in July yet, but I wanted to make sure that as we move forward, that when we're speaking up here from the dais, and we're really sharing our comments on how we want to see things, whether it's here at the dais or here at a council meeting, that is taken into consideration, because I've been asking for these specific accountability measures for the past 6 months, and we're barely getting to them in April. And the reason why I asked is that the city manager presented his summary as January 2015, and I still carry this book with me that was provided to the entire council that's online.
That's it for Santa Ana City Council this evening. Let's think about Santa Ana Police for a while, yeah.